JC Morse, Bowtie House Hunter, with my buddy Jason White from Farm Bureau again. We're going to do some holiday safety tips for you this time. Jason, I'm going to let you take it away.
Awesome. Hey everybody, JC, thanks for having me. Holidays are here. We're all excited. Getting a lot of gifts. I know we are. Please mind those gifts. Mind them when they're dropped off at your house. What I mean by that is, please don't leave them sitting there, because those porch pirates, those individuals who are riding around your neighborhood, scanning it, scouting you, they know when you're not home. So please set up a buddy system. I encourage you, talk to your neighbor, have them come pick up your gifts, or arrange it to have it delivered at your office.
Smart. Yeah.
Looking at my experience, right, and seeing these individuals ride around the neighborhood, and they really look for individuals who are not home, packages that are piled up. We all have our holiday plans. We're getting back to traveling this year. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Get to see the family, get to go do things that I didn't get to do last year.
Right.
What happens? Our mailboxes, right? They don't get checked. That's a dead giveaway that people know you're not home, right?
One that I've noticed is putting the trash cans out early. You know, trash pickup is on Monday, but they put it out on Friday because they're going to be gone all weekend.
Right.
Classic giveaway.
It's huge. It's huge. And, you know, they notice that, right? Because these individuals live in your neighborhood. They're watching as you're posting on your social media. I love the conversation you and I were having earlier, right? You let everyone know, hey, guess what? I'm going out of town. I'm going to see the family, so on and so forth. Well, you posted on all these neighborhood apps, and guess who else is looking at these neighborhood apps?
The criminals.
The criminals. They know it.
That check in at the airport, they saw that and they were like, hey, he's not there.
Absolutely. What's the time to do? And I know I spoke about this the last time, but really the curtilage, the front yard, looking at that kind of stuff. Are you leaving stuff out that is putting a vulnerability to your home, right? I.e. ladders. Something where people can climb up and it's easy access. I know sometimes it's hard. You finish hanging the lights, you finish doing whatever on those ladders. You leave it out there, you say you get it later, you go out. Well, guess what? The criminals are watching you do that. They're seeing what you're doing.
That brings me to a point, because a lot of people don't check their windows before they go out of town. They check the doors, but even upstairs windows, make sure you lock them, because if you did leave it and it's locked, at least it's a little bit more of a deterrent. They can't get in.
Absolutely. They're gonna have to work.
Yeah.
Right? That's the goal. We can't be 100%, but we want to make someone work. We don't want to make it easy for them just to go ahead and vandalize us.
Yeah.
Especially when we worked so hard to build whatever it is that we have, keep whatever we have safe. And even being in this stunning home that we're in today, you see the automation, right? And those automatic locks where you could so easily set it from our phone now.
Yeah. Well, that's something you brought up, and I wanted to ask you. I know Amazon has a system now where they can access your garage. What do you think about that?
You know, I get leery because I just don't want someone to access my garage. I don't want someone to come into my home. I get it, right? That it's well intended. I think it's a well intended idea. I'm personally not comfortable with it. And I would rather Amazon to take that picture, drop it off at my front porch, and either have someone come by that I know to maybe pick that package up, or arrange it to where I'm home when they deliver it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And I felt the same way, but I was like, let me ask Jason, how you feel. So another thing that I've seen, have you ever seen these package boxes where like they drop the package and it goes down and it locks?
Yes.
What do you feel about those?
I love it because most of the time they're not, you're not going to deliver a big package. It's not big enough for anyone to put your hand in, right? But you need to be strategic on it, right? Because at the same time, if they put their hand in there and all of a sudden they reach up and they're able to unlock a door, right? So we need to be strategic where we're placing it. And most of the time, you're not going to be able to fit your arm up through there to unlock it.
Gotcha. No, that makes perfect sense.
So, yeah, and then the last thing I give, especially for the holidays, and again, I know it's hard, right? And I know I've talked about this on the last one, but if you can automate your systems, and what I mean by the lights, you brought it up with the garbage cans, right? If your lights are sitting on all day long, that's another giveaway, right? They know you're not there, right? And again, I know it's difficult, but with Home Depot, Lowe's, with some of these security features that are out there, it's literally a click of the button. You set a timer, or even when it starts to get dark, if you don't want to go with the timer route, my outside lights personally are all motion censored and they're gauged by the sunlight. So when the sun goes down, they automatically kick on.
Yeah, because see, the one I have is outdated and it's old school, but it's a sensor that replaces the switch. And it's got a timer on it.
Right.
And so it sets at dusk, you know, outside lights kick on, you know, and then they cut off at a certain time in the morning.
Yeah.
And I can change it so that seasonality, you know, it's working. But now you can do that from your phone.
It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
And the last thing we want to worry about when we're traveling, especially this year, right? Because last year was so awkward for us and so different, is what's going on in our home, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to worry about that. We just want to go. So take the extra step, take the time to go around making sure the windows are locked, even on the second floor, making sure the doors are secure, making sure your lights are good, making sure your home looks kept on the outside, arranging with your neighbors to park a vehicle in the driveway and check your mail. All those different those things make it much more difficult for an individual who's scouting your home to realize that you're not there for an extended period of time.
Right, yeah. And even if they realize you're not there, they know somebody's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So, and they don't know when.
Right, and they have no idea.
Yeah.
And if you are getting an alarm system, as we're in here and I hear, right, the features of the door being open, right, that's a huge deterrent, because if you hear that, I mean, the first thing you do is you're looking.
Oh, yeah.
You're seeing.
Oh, yeah. And most of the time they're loud enough. Like, I know I can hear my neighbors when, you know, they open the front door. If I'm on my front porch, I can hear, you know, front door open.
Absolutely.
One thing that I do like is the cameras. One thing that we started doing that, you know, I think helps us, even if we're not home, and even when we are home, we always say thank you to the Amazon guy through the camera. And so he never knows when we're there.
Right.
And so I think that probably helps too, because people are like, I heard that, like they're home.
It's huge, and there's actually been studies, I've seen them, right, when it comes to the criminal mind, hearing, right, those different types of elements of, oh my gosh, are they home, are they not home, right? Most of the time people want an easy way to go ahead and vandalize you.
Yeah.
They don't want to work at it, right? That's not what their MO is.
Well, one of my favorite holiday movies is Home Alone, and I love that scene when the first night they come to the house and he starts clicking on all the lights, and they're like, oh wait, they are home.
Yeah.
And so yeah, definitely.
Great. That's great. Anything else you want me to cover? It's not for your audience?
Packaging. So they're getting gifts, they're getting packages, they're getting these boxes. Most of them have writing on them, they have, you know, a description. Not all the time does Amazon kind of hide those gifts. So what do you suggest? Turning those boxes inside out before you put them out in the trash?
Yes, if possible.
Hey, Mr. Cole.
Welcome to the recording of video.
Oh! You're in the video now. Packages.
Yeah.
Packages. You know, it's always hard, right? I always try to keep everything secure, right? I'm one of those individuals who, if you cannot see something visible, whether it's address or anything like that, I go ahead and try to do that however I can. Those are always very difficult to have that kind of, you know, working with you, especially in bulk delivery, as we see now, right? Just get it out, get it out, get it out. So.
Yeah. So we did all our shopping, most of the Christmas shopping though, Amazon and stuff like that, or just ordering online. And so like, you know, my daughter got a TV, stuff like that. You know, like I turned that box inside out and I throw it in the back of the truck and I take it to the dump instead of sitting it outside, just because I didn't want people to go, oh, they got iPads for Christmas or anything like that. So I was like, something that I see, and you know, I went past my neighbor's house and they had 2 TV boxes sitting out there. And I'm like, oh, they got 2 nice TVs.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'd like to keep that secure. I know it's hard depending on where you live, especially if you're in the city limits, right? You can't burn that stuff.
Right.
But you can break it down and hopefully put it in your recycling bin. Another point, you know, you brought up, right? A lot of us are doing our shopping on Amazon, looking at that kind of stuff. Remember the credit card information that you're putting on there too, right?
Oh, wow.
Because that has an impact on your home safety, right? Because now someone's getting it. And not to mention, if you're using your debit card, if you're doing things in that nature, that is the quickest way for someone to get access to all your banking information. If you can, I'm not a financial guy or giving any advice on that, but using secure methods of payment, Zelle, or if you use a credit card, if you have to do that, it'll protect you as far as what's in your bank account and some more personal information that's tied to your checking account and things in that nature, which could help keep your finances safe and keep your home safe.
Yeah, definitely. No, because if they get that statement, then they've got your habits, they know where you're going, they got your address.
Yep. So there's a lot of information that unfortunately we put out there and it's not all encrypted.
Yeah. Well, Jason, as always, we appreciate it.
My
And,
pleasure.
guys, we'll come back to you with another one so real soon.